Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new video. My name is Misa and today I am declaring that I am officially back, or at least going to try to be officially back, and I'm going to try to upload as much as I can. I know that sounds very skeptical coming from me. I know. I want to try to at least do a Monday through Friday schedule since I actually have stuff I want to do, stuff in particular that may actually seem interesting, so we will see for now. But for now, let's just get on with the topic for today. Hey guys, it's just me from the future. I just want to point out that it should go without warning that if you haven't seen this movie, this is going to have major spoilers in it. So just fair warning, this movie will have spoilers. So if you don't want to get spoiled by the movie, then just click off this video. And if not, then continue with the video. And if you couldn't tell by the title of the video you clicked on, yes, I am doing a Movie Monday series where I sit down, I watch a movie for the week, and I talk about it on Mondays because you know what? That's just something I want to do. I was going to potentially do a Manga Monday, but the Manga Monthly gives me at least enough time to read at least one manga to talk about for that video. So Movie Mondays is something that's going to be a lot easier to do. And yes, of course, what a way to start off this video without talking about Demon Slayer Mugen Train. It was finally released in theaters, in the North American theaters, a couple of weeks ago, and I finally got to see it. After months of waiting and anticipation, I got to watch it, I got to see it, and I am very excited to share my opinions about it. So without further ado, let's stop the rambling and let's jump into the actual review. So one thing I at least want to talk about for this review is that it does make sense for this to be its movie. I was kind of skeptical why this whole arc was going to be its own movie, but after reading it and actually sitting down and finishing the manga, which I did do, if you're questioning why I didn't do a Manga Monday on it, well, it's just been too long and I don't really want to go back. But the point of it is, it does make sense for Mugen Train to be its own thing. You could probably make like a 2 or 3 episode thing about it in the first season and actually have a really strong start, but I think making the movie was the right choice. It boosted a higher production quality, it made it more condensed, it made it feel a lot more streamlined, plus it gives enough time for the anime to actually sit down and talk about the Entertainment District arc, which is personally one of my favorite arcs in the anime, but I digress. But yes, it does in fact sure make sense. It does make sense to at least make it a movie, which I am really glad that they did, because like I said before, this was just a goddamn really good movie, man. Just beautiful, great, well put together movie. Surprisingly enough, I know they said that I really liked the movie, but the actual like foundation of the story of the movie was actually like pretty standard. Not in standard in terms of like, oh, it was a whatever and stuff like that. Like, if I were to put certain other characters into this movie, like if you were to just put like normal characters, I'm gonna lie, the story necessarily didn't carry it that much. You could probably still tell the same thing, but like wouldn't have it as impactful without the characters involved. I still enjoyed the story, I still enjoyed what we got, don't get me wrong, but I am going to admit that the actual flavor of characters are the things that actually bring the story together and actually give it the flavor it needs to actually really pop and be something new, which is funny because I didn't think they actually touched on a lot of characters on this movie, but we'll get to that at a later point of the movie. One thing that doesn't necessarily make sense to me, and to be fair, I think in the manga at the beginning of the new arc they actually explain why he's there, but I don't necessarily remember the reason, or if there is a good reason, or if there's any reason really why Akiza is there when the train is flipped and when the main villain for Demon Train, I forget, oh my god, Demon Train, the villain for Mugen Train ends up getting off after it, and then he comes. I think from what I remember, he was sent there by Muzan to potentially take out Tanjiro just in case if the main villain didn't actually do his job, but at least from an actual context standpoint, it does not make sense. At least, like, if you're an anime watcher and you are watching this for the first time and you see Akiza there, it's cool, it's hype, the fight was hype, Rengoku vs. Akiza was hype, it was fire, it's probably one of the best fighting scenes for anime I have ever seen, but it contextually doesn't make sense because it's just like, why was he there? Was he lurking the entire time? Did you actually see him? Like, it does genuinely not make sense why he was there. He kind of just popped up out of his own volition. And from what I remember, I think even Muzan, like, scolds him because I don't think he even gave him the order to go, or maybe it's because he failed in killing Tanjiro, or he killed one of the Hashira. I don't personally remember, but it does not make sense why he is there. That being said, I am glad he's there. Him being there made me happy, and seeing that animated was so goddamn good. And you know, surprisingly enough, one thing I would have personally added on to the movie towards the end was I probably would have added the scene where Tanjiro actually goes to Rengoku's like estate or his family's estate and actually gives him the final message and learns more about the flame dance and the whole like dancing of fire that Tanjiro does. I feel like that would have been interesting to add on, or at least add on the scene where they're actually back at the butterfly mansion and they're being taken care of. I think I'm coming at it more from an anime perspective, where it would make sense to at least have that so you can follow up on it and the feelings behind it and see everybody's reactions. But that's probably going to be one of the first things we see in the episode, and that's probably going to be the whole first episode, is going to be them at the butterfly state, them doing all that. That will be probably the first 3 episodes of the show, since the show did kind of like a slow start at first. It'll probably do that, but it kind of gained the ability to do that now that we've seen Mugen Train, we've seen all these great stuff. So I think that's what they're going to start off at. I mean, if they're following the manga, which they are, that is where they would start at, is back at the Butterfly Mansion, being taken care of for their wounds after the actions of Mugen Train. Now, as we move on to characters, obviously, I gotta talk about the main boys, but the one I gotta mainly talk about, which was the highlight of the movie, the man with the fire, the man who is the Flame Hashira, Rengoku. Because that man is just a beautiful, energetic soul, and I love him so much. Just watching Rengoku interact with everybody, from Nezuko to Tanjiro to Zensu to Inosuke to even like the demons and his final fight before he ends up losing and passing away. This is a very, very amazing character, and I do wish we got more of him. I do wish that we were able to legitimately actually see him progress through the anime and potentially make it to the end. However, he was the one that does make the most sense to be sacrificed. When you have someone that pure of soul, that energetic, that amazing, it doesn't leave much room for the character to actually grow. Like, he could probably learn some stuff, but he's mostly just going to be there for just being kind of the antics character and more of the like character who cracks the jokes, tries to break the tension and all of that. Rengoku's character doesn't deserve that, nor do I think he could actually pull that well off for a long time. I think just having him in the very few parts of part 1 in the manga, and then having parts of the first part of the anime, and then actually having him in the whole movie for Mugen Train is more than enough, because it gives the character a whole type of emotional roller coaster to be attached to such an energetic character. Like, right off the bat, just loving, amazing, great, like, beautiful, like, being attached to that character, and then watching him, wishing he would win, hoping that he actually does it, only to see him fail, but not really. Like, at the end of the day, the people are safe, no one died other than him, or at least no innocent people who he was planning to protect died, and he actually, for the most part, got pretty close to killing the upper moon. On a better day, Rengoku would actually have won, and probably would have still died with Longham, but also probably could have come up with some major injuries. It's actually really fucking painful and sad. Like, genuinely, I almost cried in the theater twice because of that scene, and another scene we'll talk about very, very soon. Another character, if you've watched the movie, you already know. But like I said, Rengoku's time is very well spent in this manga, and I think any more of him probably would have tainted him a little more. So As much as I want him around, as much as I'm sad to see him go, this was fine. This was necessary. Now, if you want to talk about characters whose story hits hard, you want to talk about characters whose story hits you in the gut, let's talk about Tanjiro's story for a second in this movie. So, MU, I think that's how you pronounce his name, sorry. I looked at my notes and I saw what his name was, but MU, the villain of the movie, puts everyone into deep trance. And they all kind of get, like, the dreams that they want. In the story, Rengoku gets his dream with his father, Zenitsu gets a dream with Nezuko, Inosuke gets a dream where he's in a tunnel and everyone's just kind of like these weird, slightly, like, mixed animal creatures. It's weird, but Tanjiro's is the one that's focused upon the most because his dream, his nice, sweet dream, is being back with his family. And oh boy, does they go to a roller coaster of him kind of realizing where he is, not sure, like still kind of there as he realizes, yes, this is not where I was before. Where the fuck am I? But at the moment you see his siblings, it goes back to the Tanjiro that we see at the very first episode of the anime, where he has the ponytail, he has like just his regular clothes, he has all that, and it both is amazing. It is both just so sweet to see his reaction, just to see his reaction with the family, just how happy he was, how happy he genuinely could have been, but it also sad knowing that this is fake and he will never get that opportunity ever again. It is genuinely sad. It is genuinely really, really sad and just like depressing. It's depressing to watch this man go through the story and just know that it's not real, because it feels to him, it probably feels so real, and it's just sad to watch him be happy but no, it's just not meant to be. And then as we continue, it hurts even more because Tanjiro is starting to slowly realize that he's in a dream, or at least at one point he gets like little glimpses of just like Nezuko's box. There's certain things that like he catches off guard and does certain reactions on his mind. It's like, oh, I don't know what came over me. I didn't realize this thing. And then there's a scene where he goes to get water and his current self pulls, I'm going to say his past self, because in the dream, he is playing as his past self. His past self into the water telling him he's a dream. And as he realizes this, he's like, okay, it is a dream, but what exactly do I do in this dream? How do I get out? And he also kind of questions himself, like, do I want to get out? And all that stuff. But he does slowly wake up, as, you know, this scene when Nezuko wakes up and he's trying to wake up, she's trying to wake up Tanjiro, and it's definitely adorable and cute to see that. And she uses her, like, blood ability that she develops in the anime, and ends up burning the rope and slowly waking him up, realizing that he needs to get out of this trance. And it's really sad because he realizes that he needs to go and he needs to save everybody and save his only family and try to save the people on the train. And his family chases after him because they're confused about what he's doing. Because realistically, in this dream, if this was an actual dream with his family, this is what they would do. They would chase after him, very worried, very confused as to like what exactly is happening. Because keep in mind, he also like caught in fire in the middle of them, and was just like, oh yeah, I gotta wake up, I gotta go back. And he tries and he runs, and the one that hurts is hearing Nezuko's voice in a very long time since hearing her voice in the first episode. Now, don't get me wrong, when I read this in the manga, it definitely hit. It definitely fucking hit. And I sat there and I was like, son of a bitch, this hurts. This hurts, and I can't fucking deal. But to hear her actual voice, to physically see her movement, and to see her, this is why, while I am getting more into reading manga, while I am appreciating why people like reading mangas before the anime, and I am going to try to do that a lot more because I get it. And honestly, me reading the manga probably is the reason why I enjoyed this anime so much more. But watching all of that come to life in animation, in actual sound, not just reading it, but visually seeing the beautiful interpretation of the snow falling, of the sadness of winter, paired up with his family, telling him to not go, telling him to stay, telling him that we can be happy like this forever. Like legitimately, I could see most people breaking and watching that. Just sitting there being like, I could die just dreaming about my family, being with my family, being in a very vivid dream where I can hold them, where I can touch them, where I can love them one last time before shit goes haywire. Why not? Why not, right? And that was kind of like the concept of some other shit in anime, but this one is, I think, is done so well because of it. It's like so, it hurts. It genuinely hurts. It genuinely hurts just thinking about it all over again because, fuck, man. Like, legitimately, fuck me, just watching that, seeing that, like, appreciating that, it fucking hurts. It fucking hurts. Just sitting here and thinking about it fucking hurts. It hurts me inside just to think that Tanjiro could have had that all, and it just sucks to think about. On top of all that, this man has the resolve. After that, the resolve. Even though it's a dream, even though it gets a very vivid dream, and to be fair, he did not know what was going to happen if he actually did that. This man had to resolve to cut his own neck in his dream, to kill himself, just so he can wake up and save everybody. Now, I get it's a dream, it doesn't have it, but you gotta understand, like, in your dream, and even if you have, like, actual, like, not controlled dreams, like, non-lucid or dreams that are very vivid, like, dying in those dreams, they fucking suck, right? But taking your life in your own dream would be even be worse. Because you mentally are still in that dream, and you wouldn't even think about doing that. You wouldn't even imagine about doing that, because that's like a dream, unless you got some problems, which get help, but that's beside the point. Like, you wouldn't normally, like, kill yourself. So to have the resolve of that, even though it's a dream, to have the resolve to sit there and be like, I need to take my fucking life, and I need to wake up just in case, that shows so much resolve, and honestly, is a very good representation of how far Tanjiro has come in such a short time since becoming a demon slayer and since joining the demon hunter corps, becoming that, being the Hashiras, facing the lower moons, facing this lower moon. Like, it's come so far that he understands the risk and what it needs to take to become, like, a protector and to save everyone. And that, I think, is one of the most greatest things about that scene, is to watch him and be like, wow, he truly understands, and he's come so far. Some of the other characters, though, don't actually get as much of the love as Rengoku and Tanjiro have, with Rengoku being one of the big players and Tanjiro being, like, the MC, the main character, other than than his other friends. And they do get kind of, like, good moments. Inosuke gets a lot of good moments. Zensu just kind of is there, although, to be fair, it was kind of a mistake, because his ability helps when he goes to sleep. His ability works, so it's one of those really, really niche moments where, like, he's kind of the counter to Emu, which is, like, the worst thing. It's like, haha, you're asleep, so fuck you. Oh, well, fuck you, I can fight when I'm asleep. Wait a minute, what? But yeah, I would have liked to see more love go for the other three main characters that we have, but you can't do everything. And I think right now they're at a place where they don't need that much development. We do get some more for them later on, which is fine, why I'm not upset. I think Tanjiro kind of really needed that, as it kind of works as a final resolve for his family of just like, I am on this course, I am going on this course, and I'm going to focus on this course. I want to be here with you, but I realistically can't because you are gone. And it does suck. I also do want to bring up another thing with Tanjiro's dream. So, like, he breaks out of the dream, he ends up finding Emu, whatever the fucking name is. I'm gonna call him Emu, but Emu, he fights Emu, and Emu puts him in a, like, nightmare where his family is kind of, like, bloody and shit like that, where it's like, how could you leave us? You fucked up. You did this and all that. And there's a scene in particular where his father is there, and he's like, you're a piece of shit. Fuck you. you let your family die, you're a horrible person. Now, listen, if you want him to like really feel it and really feel that, again, adding his father, since his father was a big inspiration to him. But if you didn't add his father in the dream where he was having a good dream, why would you put him in the nightmare to let him know that he's like not dreaming? To let him know that he's not dreaming. I mean, I get it. Like it's in order to push him to the brink, but I find that so weird to put him in a dream that he's not supposed to be in, because it wouldn't make sense since he died long ago. But I digress. That was just a little problem I also had personally with the whole thing, both in the manga and in the anime. But it's like such a nitpick, it doesn't even matter. Now, the animation and the music. Oh, alright, this isn't even gonna be like a true breakdown. This is just gonna be a gush. Man, Ufotable has seriously brought it in this new golden age of anime. I'm talking about they have somehow just been able to give good shit after good shit after good shit after good shit. This right here, this movie is some good shit. The music is fucking hidden, and the anime, oh, the animation is so beautiful. Oh, honestly, the best points where the anime truly shines is when it comes to Rengoku. Oh, his flame abilities, his forms, his ninth form. Oh, and Ikazaka is no slouch either in terms of the animation. That man has great. That whole Ikazaka versus Rengoku was an amazing fight. It's if people do not look at that as one of the best fights in anime, I don't know how you can truly sit yourself. I don't know how you could truly look at yourself as an anime fan and not look at that fight and be like, that fight, top 10, that was lit, that was great. Like, just the animation alone, just the animation alone, the story of resolve of, like, Rengoku could be a demon. He could get stronger. He could be one of the strongest beings, but he doesn't want to, because he knows how beautiful a life is, and it pairs well with the death of his mother and him trying to appreciate life and trying to make the most of his life, even though like seeing his dad like kind of just go with his life and like not do anything and watch his mom die, and like seeing his little brother trying to be the best that he can in his life and being worried about him. Oh, it all comes together just one nice little bundle. It's like, I would be disappointing so many people if I did turn into a demon. It was this whole fight. It was such a small section, and it was such a small section of it, but that part right there is what put over the movie. If Ikazaka and Rengoku's fight, both in animation and story, weren't there, my god, I think I would still like this movie. I think I would still enjoy it. I don't think I would like enjoy it as much as I would, because that fight, was good. Not even that, but just Nezuko's blood, what she was using her blood and when she was fighting was looking nice. Oh, Tanjiro's streams were very nice. Oh, watching fucking Inosuke go off and use his fucking beast style was good. Zetsu's fucking lightning looked fucking sick in this. Everything looked good. The train looked good. The environment looked good. Oh, and you could tell that you were in for something. You could tell you were in for a fucking great moment when you watched the very first moments of when you see the animation and you just see this beautiful grassy field, and you see just the head leader of the demon corps, I forget his name, but you just see him walking through the fields of the graves of all the Hashiras that have died over the years. It looks so beautiful, but it's so eerie and it's so depressing, but it looks so nice and great. It's like, it's so beautiful. I love it. I swear, Ufotable has brought it almost every single time. And if they ever do decide to make a new anime, I think they made other animes anymore. I think they've made more animes. I can't think off the top of my head. But, oh man, whatever anime journey they go to next will be fucking amazing. It'll be beautiful, it'll be amazing, it'll be downright impressive. So, Ufotable, props to you for this movie. There's the animation, characters, story, all that. It was all good, it was all great, it was fantastic. You deserve to have the title of Best Grossing Movie in Japan. You know, because of the pandemic, unfortunately, North America kind of fucked you, so you couldn't get super high up there. But unfortunately, things happen. I wish you could be part of the $1 billion club, because I think you personally deserve it. But at least your accolades as a movie have been acknowledged, and you know what? That's all I want sometimes. That's all I want is some acknowledgement, and you know what? I think that acknowledgement was given. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this review. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown of my breakdown of Mugen Train. I'm gonna try to do this, so tell me what movie I should watch next for the channel. I'm kind of picking between doing a Studio Ghibli movie or watching one of the movies on some of the Netflix categories. Honestly, one I probably should do is one of the movies I should probably do is Weathering with You or Your Name. One of those two, Weathering with You or Your Name. I should probably do. I just can't talk today, can I? I should probably do one of those two movies and actually like watch them, because believe it or not, I actually have not watched those movies yet. I also haven't watched Akira either. I also haven't watched Akira either. Yes, I get it, as an anime fan, I don't know why I haven't watched Akira. Please don't get at me in the fucking comments, I understand that. But with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I do hope I get to see you guys next time. I hope you have a lovely day, and I hope you guys stay hydrated, because it's fucking hot. Like I said, you can hear my fan. I don't give a fuck if you can hear my fan. I'm hot and I need to stay cool, but I hope you guys have a nice day. Peace.